Hello students, today we are going to discuss about antisense technology or antisense oligonucleotide and what is its mechanism. So, antisense technology presents an great opportunity to manipulate the gene expression within the cells. Okay, when we manipulate the gene expression, so that thing can be useful to treat many diseases, and it is a powerful tool for studying gene function also. Okay, generally what the gene will do after expression in the expression specifically, it will produce a specific protein. Okay, during in some diseases proteins may lead to the diseases. So if you able to inhibit the transcription or translation process, so synthesizing or the formation of the protein will stop and the disease will vanish, or it can be used as a good treatment. Okay, the same principle in the antisense technology also using the same principle is used in the antisense technology to treat many diseases. Okay, the antisense approach utilizes an antisense agent to fight various diseases by regulating the expression of a specific factor, the presence of which actually cause that particular disease. Actually, about what about what we are talking, the specific factor is nothing but here. Sorry. Though here the specific factor, excuse me, the specific factor we are talking, it is actually nothing but the proteins. Okay, the proteins, if the protein get upregulated, so will cause certain disease. For example, I am saying for example here, antisense approach utilizes antisense agent to fight various diseases by regulating the expression of the specific protein. So by regulating, so we may decrease the protein formation or we may inhibit the protein formation, so that the particular disease can be treated. Okay, so it can be used antisense technology, antisense agents. What are those antisense agents? Antisense agents are nothing but it's a sequence of nucleotides. Okay, those are the sequence of nucleotides, right? Those are called, actually we will call it as oligonucleotides. Those are the sequence of nucleotides. These oligonucleotides are sequence of nucleotides. Those are actually, we can call it a small single strand DNA. Okay, this has a specific sequence. So this sequence will be complementary to the mRNA. Okay, so when to the mRNA sequence, these antisense agents are complementary. This antisense agent will bind specifically to that mRNA, so that what will happen, the translation process will be inhibited. When the translation process will be inhibited, protein synthesis will be stopped. Okay, this is the actual mechanism of this antisense technology. Actually, this will be used in many diseases. This technology can be used to treat many diseases like viral infections like HIV, cancers, and neurodegenerative diseases. Okay, here when we take one example of one disease example like cancer. So cancer, so there is one in cancers, actually mutations will take place. That is actually we know, but generally there is a transcription factor that is called HSF1. Hitchcock factor 1 is a transcription factor that can be overexpressed in cancer cells, and it leads to produce a protein specifically called Hitchcock protein. We call it as HSP, Hitchcock protein. Actually, last class we have discussed about that zinc finger protein or zinc finger motif, which is present in a DNA binding domain, which is actually present in the transcription factors like HSF1. Okay, during these cancers, this heat shock proteins, HSP, heat shock proteins will be upregulated. Okay, this will be overexpressed. uh, Actually this cancer cells will need these heat shock proteins in a very high quantity for its metabolism and also for its growth, right? So when we want to grow, for example, when we want to grow, we need food. For example, if someone stops supplying the food, or if you stop eating food or taking food for a quite long time, for example 3-4 months, what will happen? We will die. In the same way, cancer cells need HSF1 for its survivability, for its metabolism, and for its growth. So when we inhibit that HSP, that means heat shock proteins, what will happen? The cancers will die. Cancer cell will die. Actually, this is one of the treatment. People, scientists are doing enormous focusing very much on this heat shock therapy, heat shock protein therapy. Okay, so when we use this antisense therapy here, for example, when we synthesize a complementary single strand DNA nucleotides or single strand DNA to the mRNA, that is heat shock factor 1 mRNA, HSF1 mRNA. So what will happen? This oligonucleotides will bind tightly to the HSF1 mRNA. So this leads to stop translation process, and the HSP, that is heat shock proteins, will stop forming. Okay, this is one of the beautiful method. Actually, this antisense technology can be used in many diseases, so that the disease can be mitigated. Okay, so actually it is an genes silencing techniques. What is gene silencing techniques? Actually mRNA is also one gene. Okay, when this oligonucleotide will bind, the genes get silenced. Okay, it cannot do anything. That means that oligonucleotide inhibit the mRNA so that its function cannot be done. What is the function of mRNA? It's a translation. It produces a specific protein. Okay, whatever the sequence present in the mRNA, that will encode a specific protein. Understood? If any antisense gene or antisense nucleotide sequence will, or antisense oligonucleotide will bind to the mRNA, the protein synthesis will stop, and this is called actually silencing of the gene. Okay, it inhibits the translation process. We already discussed it inhibits the translation process, and also inhibit in formation of the bad protein that causes diseases. Actually that what we have discussed in the cancer cells. See, in heat shock proteins are useful. Generally they will be used for but in the cancer cells that will be more utilized for metabolism or for its survivability or many more things. But to treat cancer cells, so we have to inhibit that HSF1 protein, that's the heat shock proteins. Okay, heat shock proteins. What we will do when we inhibit that mRNA translation process, generally it will stop the synthesis of the protein, its specific protein, that is heat shock proteins, and the disease that means cancer formation will stop, or cancer growth will stop. Okay, going to the next slide. So here in this slide we will see the mechanism. So this is the mechanism of this is the mechanism. So this is the double stranded DNA. So in DNA there will be two strands. So little bit we will study. So one strand will act as a sense strand, and another strands will act as anti-sense strand. Sense strand will form its complementary mRNA. Okay, actually this RNA will be single stranded. Okay, so this DNA will form a complementary mRNA, right? So DNA will have two strands, and one strand will be sense strand, and another strands will be anti-sense strand. Understood? The sense strand will form a specific mRNA, right? So after formation of the specific mRNA, if you synthesize complementary, we after, like when we sequence the DNA one strand, at least if you sequence the DNA of one strand, we will come to know the sequence of other strand also. Okay, how we will do the DNA sequence? By using bioinformatic tools. Okay, there are many softwares, so by that we can do the sequencing. When we do the sequencing, we will know the what is the nucleotide sequence present in that. If you know one about the sequence of one strand, the other strands will be the complementary. That is very easy. If you know the sequence of one strand, it is very it is generally known that it will be complementary to other strand. So for example, if you know the sequence of sense strand, so that sense strands will form complementary mRNA. So if you know the sense strand sequence, automatically we will come to know the sequence of mRNA. So it is very easy to synthesize what antisense oligonucleotide, that is antisense oligonucleotide that will bind to the mRNA. It's very easy, because once you know the sequence of one strand of DNA, it is very easy to synthesize the complementary single strand oligonucleotide, that is actually antisense oligonucleotide, that will specifically bind to mRNA, because this is very complementary. That antisense oligonucleotide which is synthesized complementary to mRNA, so it is complementary, so it will bind tightly to the mRNA. When it bind tightly to the mRNA, actually this is which is in a different color, this is actually antisense oligonucleotide. Actually this antisense, so one thing I forgot to discuss, actually this antisense oligonucleotide are synthesized one. So we will actually design the sequence based upon the sequence of DNA. So when we know the sequence of DNA, so it is easy that that the sense strand complementary is mRNA. So when the complementary is sense strand of DNA, if you the in transcription, if it forms mRNA, so it is like very easy that we can able to synthesize the antisense oligonucleotide to mRNA. When we synthesize this antisense oligonucleotide, okay, it will bind to mRNA very tightly or very specifically. So when it bind, so the function of the mRNA will be stopped. So what is the function? That is called translation. The translation will be inhibited and the protein formation will be stopped. When we, if it is a bad protein, so what will happen? The disease will be mitigated. So we can treat in the disease in this manner. So here the mRNA is a sense gene. So we already know that the mRNA is synthesized from the sense strand of DNA. So again I am repeating, in DNA there will be two strands. One will be sense strand, another will be antisense strand. So sense strand complementary is mRNA. Okay, during transcription the sense strand will synthesize its complementary mRNA. So since the sense, if you know the sequence of sense strand, so it is complementary to the it is complementary, this mRNA is complementary to the sense strand, so it is easy to synthesize a single strand DNA or antisense oligonucleotide to that is complementary to mRNA. For example, if you synthesize the antisense strand of DNA, that will also can able to bind to the mRNA very specifically. It's very common sense, very common thing. Okay, so when it bind, it will stop the translation process and the disease will be mitigated, or we can treat the disease in a specific manner. Okay, that's it. Next slide. So if you talk about the antisense drugs, what are those antisense drugs? We already told I already discussed. Antisense drugs is nothing but it is a synthesized nucleotide sequence which is complementary to the mRNA, or otherwise we can say it is a shorthand antisense strand of DNA. So if it is a antisense strand, it will bind to the mRNA very easily. Okay, so those are the drugs, those are the synthesized drugs. So what will happen, if you want to inhibit one transcription there is a mRNA, so when we take the drug, antisense drugs, it will travel to the blood and it will reach the target cell. Okay, it will reach the target cell then it will enter it will reach to the target cell and enter into the cell. So inside the nucleus this transcription process will take place, and after that that mRNA will travel into the enter into the cytoplasm, where with the help of ribosomes it will synthesize the specific proteins. This is an actual mechanism. Okay. After this, sense strand will synthesize the specific mRNA during transcription process. This mRNA will be released into cytoplasm. Okay. These drugs will travel to the cells, and it will bind to the specific. How it will bind to the specific protein? Because this antisense DNA oligonucleotides, it is complementary to this mRNA which is in the cytoplasm now. So since it is a complementary, it will bind tightly. So whatever the function it has to this mRNA should be shown, like whatever the function that mRNA should shown, that will be stopped. So what is the function that it has to translate, and it should form the specific protein. Okay. One more important thing is that each antisense drug is a specific and target only one mRNA. It will target only one mRNA. It won't target many mRNAs. Okay, and it is and inhibit the formation of disease causing proteins. Understood? This is the thing. Right. Next slide. So what are the advantages of this antisense technology or antisense oligonucleotide? To synthesize this single strand DNA or oligonucleotide is very easy, because if once you know the sequence of DNA, it is very easy to synthesize the this antisense nucleotides sequence. It will take very short times, and it is very easy to measure. How we will measure? So for example, if it starts forming the proteins, because see, in cell, every time in a fraction of seconds many proteins will be synthesized, and many proteins will show the functions. If you show the functions, then only our body run. So for example, if it is causing disease, so if it binds this oligonucleotides, this antisense oligonucleotide bind to the transcription factor, the formation of the proteins will be stopped, and the function or the disease causing proteins will be mitigated, and the disease will be eradicated. This is like potency will be known very quickly, right? Then one more important thing is that it is very specific. Binding is very, very specific. It will bind to the specific mRNA only. Okay. And a longer response, because it binds very, very tightly and for a long time, so response will be very long. Okay, these are the advantages. What are the disadvantages? So disadvantages are, it shows irreversible toxic, because it's bind tightly, so it can show many irreversible toxics, and it is very complex, because it is very less time consuming. It is very short to make oligonucleotides, but it's very costly technique. Okay. And unwanted the side effects is it causes many hematology disturbances. Understood? So these are the disadvantages of antisense technology or antisense technology. What are the applications? This can be used to treat many diseases like HIV infections and beta thalassemia and many cardiovascular diseases and cancer, and also it will used to treat, this technique is used to treat in spinal muscular atrophy. There are FDA approved antisense drugs. Those are Formivirsen and Mipomersen. Formivirsen can be treated in cytomegalo infections, and this Mipomersen can be used to treat hypercholesteremia. Thank you guys. Thank you students. Have a nice day.